A very happy morning, children. Now, today I'll be doing the second chapter, that is The Tiger King by Kalki. Now, first of all, children, Kalki, the full name of Kalki is Ramaswamy Krishnamurti. Kalki is his pen name. Now, The Tiger King is a satire. Now, what do you mean by a satire? Satire is the use of humor, irony, ridicule to expose or criticize the stupidity and vices of people. Now, in this chapter, the stupidity of the king, the Maharaja, the stupidity of the officer, and the stupidity of the Diwan also is exposed. Even the minions, the stupidity of the minions of the king is exposed. Now, the summary of the story. Now, the Tiger King is a satire, as I told you, of those in power, and here the Maharaja of Pratibandhpuram is the hero of the story. And when he was born, the astrologers, they foretold, they predicted that he should beware of the tiger. As he was born in the hour of the bull, he would be killed by the tiger, would be the reason behind his death. Now, Jilani Jang Bahadur, instead of being frightened, terrified, listening to this, just a 10-day-old baby he said that let the tigers beware. And then he grew up, he was taken care of by an English nanny, tutored by an English teacher, by an Englishman. He watched English movies. He grew up at the age of 20. His kingdom was handed back to him. He became the Maharaja, and the rumor came to his ears about what had happened, about the miracle that had taken place in his childhood days when he was just 10 days, not childhood days, when he was just 10 days old. And he killed one tiger. He called the state astrologer, very happy, very elated, and showed it to him. And the astrologer said that as you have killed one tiger, you will be able to kill 99 tigers, but the 100th tiger will pose a real difficulty. And the king, he says that what if I kill the 100th tiger too? And the astrologer says that if you kill the 100th tiger, I will cut my tuft, tear my books on astrology, and I will burn them, and I will become an insurance agent. And the Maharaja, thereafter, he began his tiger hunt. Nobody was permitted to throw a stone also at a tiger in his kingdom. He killed 70 tigers in his own kingdom. After that, it seemed that the tiger population in Pratibandhpuram, in the forest of Pratibandhpuram, had become extinct. So he called the Diwan, and a statistics was drawn of the neighboring kingdom wherein the tiger population was there, and a girl of that particular kingdom got married to the king. And the king, every time he visited his father-in-law's kingdom, he killed 5 to 6 tigers, and he could achieve the target of 99 tigers. The hunt of the 100th tiger, it proved very tricky and troublesome for the king. He couldn't find, and he was desperate about it. He was in anxiety, and in such a scenario, the sheep from one of the villages of Pratibandhpuram started disappearing, and the villagers, they, after being assured that it was not Virasamy Naikar and Khadir Mia Sahib, they told the king, they went and told the king about the disappearance of the sheep. And then we find that the Maharaja, very happy, he exempted that particular village of all taxes, and he goes and he camps over there in that village, but no tiger was to be found. And ultimately the Diwan, he managed an old tiger from the People's Park in Madras, which was left in the forest by him at night. And the Maharaja, next day in the morning, the tiger came before the Maharaja. The Maharaja, very happy, he took a close shot, and he left. After he thought that he had killed the tiger, and he left, giving the order that a grand procession is to be taken out of the tiger, the 100th tiger. But after the Maharaja had left, when the hunters, they went to have a closer look, they found that the tiger was still alive, but they didn't have, this was the stupidity of the hunters. They didn't have the courage to go and tell the truth to the Maharaja. So one of the hunters killed the tiger himself, and the Maharaja, he thought that his task had been accomplished. He had proved the astrologers wrong, and now he had to give time to his family. So on the third birthday of his son, he went to the market and he got a wooden tiger for his son. And the wooden tiger was not a good work of a skilled carpenter, and it had many slivers on the body of that wooden tiger, and one of the slivers, it pierced into the right hand of the Maharaja, and infection fled, and the Maharaja died. So the 100th tiger had taken the revenge on the Maharaja. Thus the Tiger King, he died because of the 100th tiger. Now in short, children, this is the summary of the story, The Tiger King. Now the question answers. Let us start with the first one. Who is the Tiger King? Why does he get that name? The Maharaja Jilani Jung Sir Jilani Jung Bahadur was called the Tiger King. At the time of his birth, the astrologers declared that the prince would die one day, but the 10-day-old prince, he asked the astrologers to reveal the manner of his death. And obviously the wise men, they were baffled, but they said that as he was born at the hour of the bull, he would be killed by a tiger. But the Maharaja, instead of being frightened, he said, let that little prince, 10-day-old prince, he said, let tigers beware. And henceforth, he decided to kill 100 tigers, and thus he got the name the Tiger King. What did the royal infant grow up to be? Crown Prince Jung Bahadur grew stronger and taller day by day. He was brought up by an English nanny. He was tutored by an English man. He got the control of his, he saw only English movies, and he got the control of his state at the age of 20. After which he decided to disprove the prophecy of the chief astrologer and kill 100 tigers. What will the Maharaja do to find the required number of tigers to kill? Now within 10 years, he could kill 70 tigers in the forest of Pratibandhpuram. But after that, it seemed that the tigers in the forests of Pratibandhpuram had become extinct. So the Maharaja, he calls the Diwan and he reminds him that, don't you remember that I have to accomplish my goal of killing 100 tigers? And then a statistics was drawn by the Diwan of the number of tigers in the neighboring kingdom, and if that kingdom had a suitable girl who could get married to the Maharaja, and this is how a girl was found for the Maharaja. The Maharaja got married, and every time he visited his father-in-law's kingdom, he would kill 5 to 6 tigers. This is how he got the required number. He could kill 99 tigers. He was able to find the required number of tigers to kill. That is, he shot 99 tigers. Next question. How will the Maharaja prepare himself for the 100th tiger, which was supposed to decide his fate? Now, after killing 99 tigers, the Maharaja's anxiety reached the highest level of excitement, because just one tiger was remaining. Only if he would kill just one tiger, he would be able to disprove the astrologers. So just one beast. And as the late chief astrologer had predicted, he had to be very cautious of the 100th tiger also. And then in his own kingdom, the sheep began to disappear from one of the villages, and the villagers, they came and they told him, they informed him, and he was so elated, so joyful, that he exempted that particular village from all taxes, and he himself, he went for camping in the forest of that village in order to kill the 100th tiger. What will now happen to the astrologer? Do you think the prophecy was indisputably disproved? Now, in order to save his own skin, what the Diwan did was that he got an old tiger from the zoo in Madras, People's Park in Madras, and that old tiger was left by the Diwan in the forest where the Maharaja had camped. And next day in the morning, the tiger, it came and stood before the Maharaja, and the Maharaja, he shot at him. He took a careful aim at the tiger, and the tiger, it fell down in a crumpled heap. But after the Maharaja left, the hunters, they found that the tiger was still alive. So one of the hunters killed the tiger. So the 100th tiger was not killed by the Maharaja. It was actually that particular tiger had been killed by one of the hunters, and because the hunters and the officers, they were so fearful, terrorized of the Maharaja, that if they went and informed him about that the Maharaja was unsuccessful in killing the 100th tiger, they might lose their jobs. They didn't go and inform him. So the prophecy of the astrologers was not disproved. The astrologers' prophecy proved to be right, because the Maharaja was killed by the 100th tiger, that is the wooden tiger that he bought for his son, that he gifted his son on his 3rd birthday. Now, what will now happen to the astrologer? Actually, the astrologer by that time was already dead. So, he could neither be punished or rewarded for what had happened. So, naturally, nothing happened to the astrologer. So these are the 5 questions that you are having in the book, and in my next lesson, I'll be discussing the short answers, which may be the probable questions that you can get in your board examinations as well as school examinations. So the important questions will be dealt in the next lesson. Have a nice day.